Welcome to On the Water Magazine's Fishing New England. I'm your host, Jay Baver, and on today's show, we're going to be taking you to the 59th Annual Martha's Vineyard Striped Bass and Bluefish Derby. We're going to join On the Water Magazine editor Gene Burke, who does some surf fishing for bluefish with Janet Messinio. Then we're going to join On the Water Magazine's Neil Larson and Chris Megan aboard the Whitewater with Captain Porky as they search for False albacore, bonito, and bluefish. First up, let's join Gene at Derby headquarters as he catches up with Janet before they hit the surf. For 59 years, anglers from around the world have been competing from shore and boat at the Derby. With daily, weekly, and grand prizes in a variety of categories for 4 species of fish, it's anyone's derby. But you can't win if you don't fish.
Janet was nice enough to pick us up down at the ferry, and she's got her beach buggy all set to go here, and we're going to be heading out. Where are we going? Out on Cape Pogue? Is that the idea?
Yeah, we're going to take a little ride out to Chappie, which is always really exciting.
Excellent.
It's one of the biggest access shore fishing places, and there should be quite a few people out there.
Right.
You can target basically all 4 species being out there, and it's.
Well, you could practically live in this thing. Look at the setup we got here. How many?
Yeah,
is this typically what you go out on the beach with here, Janet?
Yeah. Actually, I've toned down my fishing a little bit this year, so I don't have quite as much equipment arsenal as I usually do.
Chappaquiddick is the gateway to large expanses of fishable beach, most easily accessed by 4-wheel drive vehicle. Gene and Janet would be fishing Wasky Point.
Okay. Let's both get a hookup. Double trouble. Oh, did you see the way they landed? Oh, I had a hit. Oh man, look at him hitting us. Oh, you on, Gene?
There he is.
All right, keep that fish on, because I'm going to get one on now.
Man, Eddie, look down the beach. Everybody's on.
Everybody's on.
Bluefish Blitz.
Bluefish Blitz. Ah!
Here we go.
Oh, I lost him. It's all right. Maybe I'll get another one on. Oh, yeah, I lost him, and I got another one on.
Not too better, but a little better.
Come on, baby.
All right.
Woo! Did you see that? I had one on, I lost him.
That one's definitely better.
Ooh, that's a nice one, Gene.
Yeah. A little more like it. Here we go. Okay.
Well, now we're targeting bluefish. We need a little bit bigger rod here because we want a lot more distance. If you can see the rips in here, we've come around the corner where we were facing east before. We're coming a little bit more around to the south. Southwest is in this direction. And what happens here, and I'm still not really clear about the rip itself, but we have a predominant southwest wind, which comes in this area. Right now we've got a west tide, which comes from the east, flows into the west. So normally when you get that southwest wind and you have your west tide, it forms a beautiful rip. And I don't think it's just the way, I think it has something to do with the bottom here and the point of land that sticks out. I'm not quite sure about the topography underneath. But of course when you get a rip like that, if you can see the water here, it holds the bait. Did you see that? He was after me. Oh, yeah, finally.
One thing that Janet's branched out into now, beyond the taxidermy she does for people on order, some of her even more spectacular work is on display at a gallery here in Edgartown. Here's one of her latest works, 2 beautiful stripers mounted. And remember folks, these are skin mounts. This is not some piece of styrofoam and fiberglass that somebody ordered from someplace in Florida. This is the real deal. these beautiful fish. I think it takes a fisherman's eye to get those colors. Those fish look like they just came out of the water.
Woo! It's an acrobat. Wahoo! Called the bluefish.
Yep, here we are at Wasky Point, Martha's Vineyard.
Famous for its bluefish.
Famous for its bluefish with Janet Messinio. You're watching.
Big one, but
You're watching On the Water Magazine's Fishing New England.
yeah.
Janet, it's the single hook. Yeah, look at you.
Hey, somebody was fiddling around with my drag.
Stripers have always been and remain the glory fish to catch, but in the mid-'80s, concern over collapsing fish stocks began a stretch of years with derbies without striped bass. The focus was shifted to bluefish, bonito, false albacore, and weakfish. The conservation efforts have paid off, and the glory days of fishing are here once again, with many bass being taken this year between 30 and 50 pounds. One thing that hasn't changed over the years is that when you're on Martha's Vineyard, it's always difficult to find a plumber, carpenter, or electrician. During the Derby, it can be impossible.
So they're taking it right off the top, right?
Using this single hook makes it easier for release, but boy, you miss a lot of hookups.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the single hook.
My first major win with the Derby, other than taking daily pins, which daily pins took a long time to start to accumulate. My first big win was in 1984 with a 45-pound striped bass. It was the last year that they had striped bass in the Derby because of the moratorium. And I was fishing with my fishing buddy, Jackie Catino, who we fished together for about 12 years. He's passed away now. But we got into a school of bunker that morning. He caught a 48-pounder, which won the overall, and I got a 45 that took second place. Now, if anybody comes to fish this rip, and there's a lot of fishermen and bigger fish, as soon as you get a hook up, you start walking it down in the rip. Or else you just end up a tangled mess. These fish are small enough, and there's not too many people here. You can get sand in your mouth. Oh, look at this genie slaying them. Last time I take you to my secret spot. The next year, I had a banner year, which was 1985. It was my first albacore I ever caught, and I ended up taking first with a resident, a 1170 Albie. So those were my big majors. You know, I have really nice plaques from that. I've become a slammer over the years, which means all 4 species. I've been on the slammer board many times, but a few years back, I think in '98, I ended up winning second overall for a Grand Slam, all 4 species. So that was, that's a pretty big accomplishment for me. Women's weeklies, I've won a lot of those, a lot of women's overall prizes, biggest shore bluefish by a woman, biggest shore striped bass by a woman, which is nice, but I like to be up there with the big guys.
All right.
You can see where we take the hooks off after a while, right? Get 9-10 pounders in here like this. After a dozen of those, you'll be hurting your body. Feisty, aren't they? Pound for pound. They're unbelievable.
that's it, right down tight. Yeah.
The Martha's Vineyard Striped Bass and Bluefish Derby offers prizes for shore fishermen and boat fishermen. On the Water's Neil Larson and publisher Chris Megan wanted to experience derby fishing from a boat, so they teamed up with Captain Porky aboard the Whitewater and headed to one of his favorite shoals in search of False albacore, bonito, and bluefish. Enjoying the beautiful Martha's Vineyard surroundings, camaraderie, and fun are what the Derby is all about. The Derby also provides some unique benefits for islanders. Since 1987, the Derby has given $64,000 in scholarships to island high school graduates and has a program that provides the island elderly with a constant supply of fresh fish during the Derby.
Well, ran into a few bluefish earlier. It might be a bluefish. You want it too? Hooked up with doubles here. On, off, on, off.
They'll swim towards the boat, so keep reeling fast.
Mike feels like it might be fighting like a bluefish. We're out here fishing with Captain Porky on board the Whitewater. Last couple of days of the Vineyard Derby. I don't know, 57, 58th year.
Got a bonito on that one.
All right, I'm coming over the top.
Yeah, that's it, right down tight. Yeah.
So one thing about the bonito is that they're all over the place. Especially when they get up close to the boat. You gotta be constantly stay on top of them. What do you got, Cap? About 3 days left in the tournament?
It's over Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got a little rat blue. I got a rat blue. I'm just gonna pull right up over.
Yeah. All right.
Here we go.
There we go.
Do you have the funny fish on?
Yeah. Let's just. Watch your fingers.
Yep. I got that. Keep that out of the way.
Open your mouth.
Porky, how long have you been fishing in the
In the
tournament?
Derby? As long as I can remember.
Yeah. You were born on the island?
Born on the island, fish. As far as I can remember, every one of them.
You say most of the folks that have been born on the island fish the Derby since they were kids own the scales. That's the rumor.
Come on, fella, we'll let you go. There we go. Watch your fingers. You got it?
Here we go. All set.
Give him the deep six.
Yep. We're just fishing on a little shoal. About what do you figure? About 4 or 5 miles off of Wasty?
Yeah. About
Secret
5
spot.
miles
We're not
off.
going to give you the actual spot. It's the captain's spot. But we're in about what, 15 feet of water? Would you say, Captain?
Right now we're in 23. We're on
23
17
feet of water. Seems to be we're right on the side of a shelf here, and Captain Porky's been telling us that. Picking up bluefish and the funny fish, the bonito. We haven't seen any albacore. Neil had a bonito on earlier. The bonito seem to be up on the flats, and the bluefish are right on the edge there as well. And we're going to get back at it, hopefully pick up some more fish here. Nice. Captain Porky's putting us into some fish right now. I just picked up Neil's rod. This is what the Derby's all about. It's a lot of fun. And the guys who fish this, they save up their vacation time and their sick time all year long, I imagine, huh? I've heard of folks out here losing their job over the fact that they're supposed to show up for work and they don't. I picked up Neil's rod and grabbed his. I'm not taking anything up on this right now. Keep slipping out. Porky, the leaders right now on the board. Where are the bass right now on the bluefish size-wise? Where do they usually come into in order to win this thing as far as the big fish? And how does the whole thing work? I know it's not just the biggest fish takes it.
No, it's luck of the draw. You know, we have 4 species, and they get 4 keys to a lock for number 1 contestant. And only one of the keys will open that lock. So it could be the bluefish, bonita, false albacore, or bass. And that is in the shore division. The shore division is going to get the boat this year, and the boat division is going to get the truck.
This year?
Yeah.
That's neat. So they mix it up this year? Is that the first time?
Right. The guy with a boat, why does he need another boat?
That's right, he doesn't need another boat. Let the other guy.
So.
I think I might have a bluefish on here. I don't have the same feel that I think that Neil went through just a minute ago. Now, how many folks? How many folks have the year in and year out end up on the top of that list? Is there a certain amount of fishermen that just the amount of time that they put in there?
Exactly, but there's always that guy that's the lucky fisherman. You know that
just comes
the
out of
first time. Exactly. I mean, you get the constant fishermen that are coming in, taking first place and for the day, and sometimes hold up for the whole derby. But then you'll get the guy that comes in there, throws the line in the water the first time,
and then bam,
gets the fish. Yeah, that's what fishing's all about.
I imagine as a committee member, that's probably one of the most rewarding. Is when you have somebody that comes up there
for the
first time and they say that this is my first derby ever.
Yeah, it's a blue.
Yeah, I figured I think my what do you call it? Drag keeps every once in a while kicking out on it.
Yeah. There we go. Come on, go. There we go.
There we go. That's
nice
an early
release.
Catch and release. A little. Yeah, I'm just clearing my line out of the way so he can go ahead and see if he can pick that up. Let me move this out of that way. Come around to the side. What do you feel like, Neil? Is it another rat blue?
This has got a little more size to it. Looks like it's a little bit quicker fish, too.
Might be looking at a bonito.
Don't cover that.
Well, you had one on earlier there.
Yeah, that's a couple of runs.
Put the wood to him now, Neil. Turn him, turn him. He's got a heavy graphite rod. He should be able to turn it. There he goes. Neil's the golden hook lately. First year in the Vineyard Derby for him. He's been sneaking out early from the office, saved up all his vacay time. Come on, Captain Larson.
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Nice. There you go. Oh, I got him. Bring him right around this side. I got him. There we go. Nice fish, Neil. Nice, huh? What do you figure, about 9, 10 pounds?
Yeah, that was a nice one. He was in the school of bay.
9, 10 pound fish?
About that.
Beautiful. You gotta love the way those fins stand up, huh? The dorsal and the...
Captain, what's leading the about a 12 pounder, 12 pounder?
They're all mixed in, the bonito, the albacore, and the bluefish. We haven't caught any bass yet, but Just absolutely beautiful. Would you say Captain was leading right now?
12 pounds.
About a 12-pounder? You're looking at probably about a 9-pound fish, would you figure?
Yeah, it's probably just under 10, 9 pounds.
We're gonna go back and put him in. He's bleeding. Let me clean him a little bit. Just a beautiful fish. We're gonna go ahead and let this guy go. He should take right off. There you go.
Thanks for watching today's episode of On the Water Magazine's Fishing New England. If you'd like to learn more about today's show or check the best fishing forecast for your area, visit our website at onthewater.com. I'm Jay Baver, and we hope to see you on the water.